In this presentation, I'd like to show some tricks on how to insert math symbols into Word versions 2010 and later. Most of these tricks also work in PowerPoint. The first thing you need to do is enter the equation environment. This can be done a few different ways. I've inserted the graphics from PowerPoint above and Word in the middle. In both of these programs, you hit Insert and then find Equation. It's an add-in package which may not be installed. If it's not, look up the help online or Google somewhere. Another alternative in both programs would be to hold down Alt and pressing the plus equals sign on the keyboard. In PowerPoint, you have to first be in a text box for that to work. Moving forward, I'm going to do a little tutorial here in the way it appears in Word, and of course PowerPoint is similar, provided you're in a text box. The first thing you need to do is enter the equation environment as described on the previous slide, and it should look something like this. To make an exponent or superscript, you can use the caret symbol above the 6. So here I've written x squared, and after I hit space, it turns into a properly formatted exponent. A similar thing works for subscripts if you use the underscore. Another thing that you can do is using division, you can hit the slash sign, and as I've written here, it's x squared slash y, and once you hit space, you'll get the properly formatted fraction. In addition to algebra, there's also a number of things you could do for your geometry proof in Task 4 of QLT1. It's important to emphasize that all of the tips that I'm giving you here are not required for your submissions in TaskStream. However, if you'd like to be a little bit of a perfectionist, like I am, it's nice to know these tricks exist, and it'll make you much faster than inserting symbols manually. For instance, you can type in \angle. That backslash key is indicating that you're going to use a command. So the command here is angle, so \angle, and once you hit space, Word will format that as an angle, just like we've seen for angle ABC, for instance. If you want to insert a triangle, enter the equation environment. We're going to use capital delta. So it's important the D here is capitalized, otherwise you'll get a different symbol. But the capital delta looks a lot like a triangle, so it's a good enough use. So \D delta, hit space, and you'll see that triangle appear, and then you can finish typing. Another important one for your geometry proofs is the congruent symbol. So here you can do \cong, C-O-N-G, and when you hit space, it'll turn into that congruent symbol. Finally, we're going to use a lot of line segments in our proofs. And this one's a little tricky, which is why I've left it for last. But you need to first indicate with parentheses what you want the bar over. So here I have parentheses AB and parentheses. Then without any spaces, \bar. If you hit space once, it'll turn that \bar into an overbar. And if you hit space again, it'll work backwards, replacing the parentheses and put a bar over both A and B. Here's a little summary of the different commands we see for the geometry proof. These aren't posted anywhere yet. Based on student demand, we may, but since this is an optional component, we didn't want to make this readily accessible for fear that some students would be a little bit overwhelmed. Enjoy!